Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is Tyler, and today I'm going to be showing you some cards that you should train early on in Wizard 101. Now, if you don't know where I am, which you probably should, but if you don't, I am in Ravenwood, the place where all the teachers are, where you learn all the early spells throughout the game, and one of the first places that it takes you through during the tutorial. Anyway, so if you can't see, or if you don't know where that is, you can see the commons right over there, and you simply walk over here, and this is going to be the Storm School. You just keep walking in a circle, and you'll eventually find your school. However, we're going to start with the storm spells that you should be learning on early on, and so the ones that I recommend early on, I think you should learn these spells no matter what wizard type you are. You're going to need them whether it's for coverage because, say for example, you're a fire wizard and you're going up against a fire type enemy. Having a different type spell would be good against that enemy. So the first two I think you should get are going to be called Thunder Snake and Lightning Bats. Now, Thunder Snake is mainly just because you need to get it to get Lightning Bats, but I like Lightning Bats because you get it at level 5 and it's very strong early on, 245 to 285 damage, and at 70% accuracy it's very standard with all the lightning spells that you will see throughout. As you can see, any lightning spell that does damage is of 70%. You got the Kraken, you have the Storm Shark, the Lightning Bats, and the Thunder Snake, all 70%. Now, this one, very good coverage early on, very high damage. I really recommend getting it with the training points that you have early on. This will be a good spell to get you through quite a few of the boss battles and dungeons that you will have to going through. Now next is going to be the Snow Serpent. Now you're going to go to the Ice School for this one. And of course, before you get the Snow Serpent, you'll need the Frost Beetle. As you can see, I am on a different wizard than I normally am. I am on a Balance Wizard right now. I just made this account so that way you guys would be able to see what spells you need to, or I made this wizard so you guys could see what spells you need to get when and where. So the Frost Beetle, you just kind of get that and you ignore it, but then the Snow Serpent, pretty solid damage for the ice early on. Ice is not known for its damage, but if you need ice coverage, this will surely get you. You have Firecat Alley as one of the first places that you go to early on in the game. Those enemies there are weak to frost, or snow, or ice, whatever you want to call this school. So the Snow Serpent is going to be very good there. Any damage you do is going to be boosted. It's going to do extra damage than what it says. Normally, say you got a max roll on it, you would have done 195 normally. You're going to do like 210 to 230. I don't know the exact buff it gives you, but it does give you a buff for ice type spells. Now the next school that we're going to go to and visit is going to be the Fire School. In this school you want to get a couple things. I really recommend the Fire Elf card, as that is a very good card to get. However, obviously you are going to need to get the Firecat card. But once you get the Fire Elf card, you use it and you do 100 base damage on that first hit. Always 100 damage. Then over the next 3 turns, you do an additional 210 damage, so that's all just passive damage that you do. So in total, you do 310 damage. Early on in the game, if you can land this card, you are almost certainly to kill your enemy that you are going against. This will almost carry you throughout the early game, especially if you're a fire wizard. You already know. You know exactly what I'm saying. After that is the Fire Trap card. I'm not quite sure why I left, but I'll go ahead and throw that up on the screen there for you. And what that card does is it does 30% damage to the next fire spell or fire effect card. So like that Fire Elf card I just showed you, if you were to use that Fire Elf card, then you would be able to get the extra bonus damage of the 30% from the next attack. Alright, after that we have the Death School. Now, they don't have very many, or well, I shouldn't say they. I should say Malorn does not have very many spells for you to learn from. But that is okay. We only need Ghoul, which I already have Ghoul, so I will go ahead and pull that up. In order to get Ghoul, you have to get Sprite. Sprite is 60 to 105. We don't really care about that one. I don't even have it in my deck. I use Ghoul. That does 160 damage, just flat damage, turns around, heals you for 80. Very good, hits 85% of the time, and you only need to be level 5 to get it, so it is one of the best spells that you can get early on as a Death Wizard, especially because it will continue to heal you, or not continue to, but it will heal you for half the damage that it does, which it does 160, so you get 80 health in return. Next is going to be the Myth School, and at the Myth School, you first need to learn the Bloodbat spell card. You have to go through a basic card every time. I pretty much just throw these cards away, as with the Wand of the Seven Schools, you already get all these cards. You don't really need them. They're just a slightly more powerful version than the one that you're gifted. We're more interested in the Troll and the Myth Trap. Now, the Troll, it has 80% accuracy for 170 damage and 210 damage. That's the range it can do. So this is a very good spell to get early on because there are some enemies that are weak to Myth, but eventually when you go to other worlds, spoiler alert, you go to other worlds if you did not know, Krakatopia and Grizzleheim, enemies there are weak to Myth. Not all of them, but some of them are weak to Myth. So having this card will help you immensely. It does pretty solid damage anyways, so getting this card early on would be good just to have. But then, specifically in those areas, it's going to help you out quite a bit. Now, on top of that, 3 levels later at level 8, you get the Myth Trap. Now this does 30% extra damage to your next Myth spell. So, for example, you roll 200 damage with the Troll, which is something you could do. It's not a max roll. You roll 200 damage with the Troll, you're going to do 260 with that Myth Trap on there. It's going to up it by 30%. Very good spell to get early on. I love it. It has helped me out immensely on my other character. It is just so good. Next is going to be the Life School, and this is going to be the last school of the video. But not to worry, I will have another video coming out for a more early to mid-game build. More coverage spells for that one. So right here, again, you have the Imp. We're just going to toss that card aside. We don't really care about the Imp too much. We want the Leprechaun. This is a 90% accuracy card for 155 to 195 damage, and you get access to it at level 5. This card is amazing. It will carry you through quite a few dungeons. Rattlebones, any pirates, all of them are weak to life because they are death-based. So it does bonus damage to all of them, and plus it has a pretty cool animation anyway. I couldn't think of the word. It has a really cool animation. You should just watch it. If you haven't seen it before, look it up or get the card and watch the animation. The animation's amazing. I love it. Hello everyone. Post-edit Tyler here. As I was going through, I realized I neglected to bring up the Balance School. The Balance School is right here when you first walk in from the Commons. You talk to Arthur Weathersfield, and I already have the spells that I'd like to show you, so I'll just hop over to that real quick. That is going to be the Scorpion spell and the Scarab spell. Now, you need the Scarab spell just like the other ones to get the Scorpion spell. But the Scorpion spell is pretty solid. It does 160 to 200 damage, 85% accuracy. This spell has gotten me through the early game so far of my Balance Wizard playthrough. Pretty much no issues. The Ghoul helps out. It is a nice bit to have for a little extra healing when I can't use the Pixie or my Heartbeat card. That one comes in clutch, and I still get to do some damage at the same time. But the Scorpion spell, again, 160 to 200 damage, 85% accuracy, and you only need to be level 5 to get it. So it is a very good card that you can get early on from the Balance School if you would like to go that route as well. But anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. That is everything for today. I hope you liked the video. Leave a comment, subscribe, and I will see you all next time.